NES. It's morning time. Good morning. Just want to do a video on this great show, a review. Anyway, I'm smiling right now because I really love this show. So you probably know you already know I'm gonna give a great review on it. But it's the show Stranger Things. It's a Netflix original. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's a real great show. Once again, as I tried to say in all my, sport reviews or whatever, I try not to include any type of spoilers, but if there happens to be some, or one, or a few, calm the fuck down. It's not the end of the world. You're a grown ass adult, or you're of age enough to watch YouTube videos, I should say. So don't trip over a spoiler if I name one. Okay, it's not like seeing. I never really got this idea that don't spoil it for me. You're gonna ruin it. How? With me, you can tell me X, Y, and Z is gonna go down in whatever movie or show or whatever, right? Book, whatever. To me, it means more experiencing it for myself. Yeah, you can tell me what happened, but all that's really going to do to me is make, especially if what you're describing to me is something that I want, like I actually find interesting, it's only just going to heighten my interest more. So if I do include in this a spoiler alert and I do say something that heightens your interest, that should further your reason why you should check out whatever I'm reviewing, other than being pissy and mad and commenting, you spoiled it for me, I'm not even gonna watch it. So the fuck what? I don't give a shit. Anyways, Stranger Things, okay? Now, before I get right into the review, I have to give a big shout out to, and I hope I get his Twitter name right. If I don't, I will leave his link, his page link in the description below, and I'll also leave his Twitter name on the page as well. But I think his Twitter name is the One Truth Telling Bear, number one, and then Truth Telling Bear. Okay, I know his name, not his Twitter handle, but his actual name is Truth Telling Bear. He actually recommended this to me on Twitter because I was just in a real big stifle. I was at, a lot of people, I guess, if you did pay attention to me, I used to be one of those. I only watch Netflix for Orange is the New Black, and to some extent that is true. Once I'm done with Orange is the New Black, which I've done a review on season 3, so check that out on this channel as well, annotated above. But I'll probably also leave that link in the description box too. But I used to be one of those people. That it just seems senseless to me to always just wait for something to come on when I'm bored, not writing or recording or editing or exercising or playing video games, because there's no really new video games out right now that I fuck with. So I'm like, let me just give Netflix a chance, right? So I decided to keep my Netflix account on instead of deactivating it, and just play that measly pay that measly little $8 a month that I pay for it anyways. Now, I try to at least watch something from Netflix, whether it's a doc meaning documentary or old show or whatever. So that $8 isn't going to waste because I already know I'm the type of motherfucker that I don't care if it's $8. I don't care if it's 8 cents. Okay, if it's 8 cents, I wouldn't give a shit. But if it's $8 or whatever, I just hate wasting money like that. So I always gotta try to put it to use. So I kept my Netflix account on. It's still on currently. So if there's any other Netflix originals you want to recommend to me, go right ahead. But he was like, yo, you should check out this show. I just finished it. It's the bomb biggity bomb. He didn't say those words, but I'm just paraphrasing it in my language or whatever. So he said it was a great series. I saw a couple of other people on Twitter confirm that. They didn't say it to me, but a couple of other people, like 2 other people that I followed, talked about how great that show was as well. So I was like, let me check it out. Now, again, this is just me being bored, and I just finished Arrested Development. That's also a cool show. Ending was kind of crazy, but for some other video maybe. But I checked out first read the description of Stranger Things and instantly thought, okay, it's a science fiction type show. Now, I've always had mixed emotions of sci-fi in general. A part of me, like, I tried getting into sci-fi when I was younger. I remember when I first got cable, right, or the first got Comcast, and I was just clicking through channels, and sci-fi is one of the channels that is on cable or Comcast or whatever. It's not like a channel you can get if you don't have cable. Basically, if you don't have cable or direct, I'm assuming. Um, if you have regular TV is what I used to call it. Um, I didn't really like anything I saw. I did see one movie, and I forget the name. It was like set in like Britain, not Great Britain, but I think in the UK, just in the UK. And I thought it was a cool sci-fi type, hip hop infused movie. I thought it was cool, but sci-fi when it's done right, it's a genre that I feel as though I can get into, but only if it's done right. Yes, that is the same with all the other genres as well. I'm not gonna like every comedy movie because it's a comedy. I'm not gonna like every drama because it's a drama or whatever. I'm real harsh on horror movies as is. I really don't like. There's I can't even name. I've known a good horror movie when I've seen one, but I can't really name it because it probably was so old that it wasn't a recent horror movie. But these recent ones that has came out over the years have been trash. So fuck it. Um, anyways, I came into watching Stranger Things with that mindset, like, okay, it's a sci-fi. I have mixed emotions on sci-fi, but I am going to give this genre a chance because the description really didn't grab me that much. I'm not going to lie, but just looking at the cast and everybody, seeing how it was more so just the kids of the show, they were more so like the focal point, not just the focal point, but more so the focal point, and it's a science fiction type show. Uh, I thought that was cool to me for some reason. I just think that um, it's this is gonna sound weird too. When you have kids like in grown, I guess, more mature positions in movies or whatever or shows, it just for some reason, for some odd reason, it's kind of interesting. Um, because the roles these kids took on and what they did in the show was just so like, if I was their age, I probably would have been batshit scared. I know a bunch of kids that was in their positions. Let's say if they went through, or maybe you would say that for yourself, if you went through what these kids went through in this show. And again, I am trying to dance around spoiler reports, okay? So y'all can stop, oh, he's about to get into a spoiler. I will tell you, real talk, if I end up spoiling something. But I'm clear in my mind, I'm like dancing around one right now. But anyways, what these kids went through, although you can tell they were scared at the moment, which was justifiable because they're fucking kids. But they handle these situations in a more like brave, chest up type way. And in most cases on the show, handled it better than the adults on the show. Uh, which again, kudos to I'm making it seem as though this was a real life situation. Maybe it was, but no. Kudos to the acting and everything, and just the cast and the story. Just I only knew, I should say, one. And I and I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. I think it's Winona Ryder. If I mess with her, if I get the she plays and I'm forgetting the character's name. It's the morning, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. I say that all the time, but y'all really do gotta forgive me. It's the morning time. But she's the mother of one of the kids who gets trapped by the monster. Oh, spoiler report. fuck you. You'll be able to see. I didn't say the rest. I didn't say if the kid came out dead or alive or what so what. I may spoil that part actually, because I might talk about my favorite scenes in the show, but whatever. Anyways, one character's name I do remember is L11 or Jade. If those who watch the show, you don't know who Jade is, Jade is actually L. L as in 11. But yeah, if you guys didn't catch that little story of Jade or L within the actual story, go check it out. I advise you to go check it out again, or just ask me what it was, because I caught that and was like, that's dope. That was one of the points I knew I wanted to cover while doing a review for this show, is that they made sure that they at least covered where this mysterious girl with all these powers came from. And I thought that was, yeah, again, dope. I can't really describe it. Well, I can, but it's the morning time and I'm so fucking, my brain's just waking up just like me. So, I really like that. The story aspect, again, was just great. The, how can I say this? The one take Drake, psych. But that's from my man. What's his name? Hokage, whatever. Anyways, back to the review. Let me stop shutting off. I really like what I liked from beginning to ending. Oh, there's another thing I had to mention about it. Great, remembered. So this is definitely one of those shows where if you doze the fuck off, you miss certain parts, you're not going to understand if you don't go back and rewind to the part that you were at before you dozed off, or before before you dozed off and whatever. Because I know I've done this before. I'm watching something on Netflix. I'm binge watching. I'm binge watching. I'm binge watching to the point where I'm fighting my sleep not to fall asleep. But me and sleep always fighting, and I rarely come out the victor of those fights. So sleep wins. I end up falling asleep. I wake up. It's in the middle or toward the tail end of another episode. If I continued on and watching as I woke up, I would have been confused as hell. So I did the smart guy thing. I actually took my own device. This is definitely one of those shows where if you doze off and you miss something, or even if you're awake and you just somehow weren't paying attention at the time and you missed something, you have to replay it back and go back to the last part that you can remember you left off at, where your mind was mentally at or whatever, and check that shit out and watch it fully through. I've done that. More so the dozing off part, because when I'm awake, I'm fully paid attention to the show. That's how interesting the show is. That's how good the show is. There's plenty of shows I've watched, plenty of movies I've watched, where I've dozed off in the middle of, woke up, didn't feel the need to turn back, because, the storyline probably, granted, I'm not going to say because I didn't replay back those certain shows and movies that it wasn't a good show or movie. It probably was the case where the story still continued to where I left off, even if I dozed off for about 30 minutes. The story was still at that place for some odd reason. But when there's a show or a movie that you just have to replay back because you don't want to miss anything, that's obviously a sign of a show being so good, and Stranger Things did that to me. Other than that, great. Got nothing but good things to say about the show. This is season 1. I don't know, or I don't even think there will be a season 2 because of the way season 1 ended. I am not trying to spoil it, but it seemed like the oddest happy ending that I've ever seen. And that to me was, again, for lack of better wording, dope. Okay? Dope in a good sense, not dope in a drug sense. Don't do drugs. Anyways, it was a good, I saw it and I had, again, the whole mixed emotions. I was like, I like it, I like the ending. Don't get me wrong. I really like the ending, but it left me at a spot where it can continue on. Uh, Bad shit, I could say, can continue on because of, again, trying to dance around the spoiler report. What happened before the Christmas dinner even started? You know, the one event that happened before the Christmas dinner even started, then the Christmas dinner started, and it was happily ever after, right? Snowing outside, but on the inside it was kinda in a way getting dark and gloomy and shit. So there could be a season two. It's weird because I compared this to another sci-fi thing that I absolutely love. It's a video game. It's Life is Strange. I compared it to that in saying that Life is Strange they came out with a season one video game or whatever. Uh, if they come out with a season two, I will play it, but I am totally content with just having one season. Same thing for Stranger Things. Not every show, to me at least, needs to keep going and going and going, because I feel as though when you have something good, like a good story, uh, and you just end it at, some stories aren't meant to continue on forever and ever and ever. That was the death of a lot of novels, or a lot of everything, a lot of shows, even a lot of movies, to be real with you. That was the death of my interest to a lot of movies, a lot of shows, books, or whatever. It's because they didn't not, the creators did not know when to stop. Okay, now I understand people will love your content and they want more, but if you're a true fan of something, you know when to stop too. You know when something has to end. And Stranger Things, to me, can probably do better or good things if the creators decide to make more than one season. Um, but at this spot, at this place right now, at the current position the show is right now, I really dig just having one season. Okay, now if the creators wanted to go off, branch off, and do something else, I would support that, because they made such a great show in Stranger Things that I'm willing to guess that their next venture, their next project is going to be just as great, or probably even better than Stranger Things. Okay, so that's my review for it. Rating as I do with everything I review, I give the show a 10 out of 10. Okay, there was no dull moment to me, honestly. I'm not saying that to be nice. I'm not getting paid to do this shit. Trust me. You see no ads on my review channel because I don't get paid for doing. I don't get paid for doing any of the reviews. Uh, but I really love this show, and if you're a fan of sci-fi or drama, or just want to check out a new Netflix original or something to watch on Netflix because you bored as hell like me, you're a picky ass person like me. This is definitely a show you should check out. So shout out to everybody, all the cast members. I'm a fan. Shout out to all the creators. Shout out again to the one truth telling bear. Go follow him. He's the one who recommended it to me. Plus his Twitter page is super funny, so go check it out. Um, and until next time, until next review, maybe I'll do another review. If you recommend a Netflix original, or just anything on Netflix for me to watch, I'll review that. Or anything else you want me to review, leave it in the comment section below. Also, leave it in the description below. I will have my other social media links in the description box, I promise you. But until next time, until next review, I see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.